Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. So there is one county in the state of California, and it's not the county that I would imagine that it would be, that has over 900 GVROs that have been issued. That's 900 plus red flag laws that have actually been implemented against its citizens. This one might actually surprise you, so let's talk about it. So real quick, I want to take a second to thank the main sponsor of this channel, which is the USCCA. If you take your self-defense seriously, you need to have a USCCA membership. Whether you're in your home or outside your home, if you find yourself in the need to defend yourself, you're going to need to call the USCCA, and with your membership, you get things like self-defense liability insurance and a lot more. Also by Blackout Coffee. If you're looking for a coffee company that actually supports the 2A and several 2A channels here on YouTube, check out Blackout Coffee with that link down below. Now, just in case you don't know what a red flag or a GVRO is, which stands for a Gun Violence Restraining Order, it's a law that's been implemented in multiple states across the country. What it does is it allows somebody to go into a public official's office or a law enforcement office and fill out an affidavit stating that they believe that somebody is a danger to themselves or others. They put down whatever evidence they believe that they have, they sign that, and then that goes off to a judge. The judge looks it over, and if the judge determined that there is actually a danger, or he believes there's a danger, then they send law enforcement out to that person's house to relieve them of their Second Amendment rights and their Second Amendment property. So here's the thing. You have to remember that the person whose property, rights, and liberties are being taken away had no idea that any of this happened until law enforcement showed up at their door. There's a lot of people out there that argue saying that there's still due process because eventually he'll have his time in front of a judge. But remember, he won't see that judge until all other actions have been taken. So his rights, his property, and all of that stuff has been taken, and then at a later date, then he can go and defend himself from something that never happened in front of a judge and try and prove that he's not a danger. So as you can see, red flags, GVROs, they can be a really big problem. And the county that we're talking about here in California is not even close to the biggest county. As a matter of fact, it only has about 8% of California's total population, but accounts for 32% of all red flags or GVROs issued in the entire state. Now, the county that we're talking about is probably going to surprise you, and that's San Diego County. San Diego County, over the last 5 years, has issued more than 900 GVROs on its citizens. 900. And again, San Diego County is not the biggest. It again only accounts for 8% of the population, but they have 32% of the total number of GVROs issued. 900 plus in the last 5 years. Now, what's really interesting here is that out of all of the coastal counties in California, San Diego does tend to lean a little bit more conservative than the others. I mean, that's kind of saying something in California, I understand that. But if you look at other counties, you think that the trophy would go to maybe LA County or San Francisco, you know, some of the more heavily left-leaning counties that absolutely love these GVROs. So San Diego was kind of surprising. But another way to look at this is that one county with over 900 of the GVROs issued is still only 32% of the total number issued in the state. That means, if you just take a look at the raw numbers, that you're looking at about, I don't know, 2,300 GVROs issued throughout California, possibly more, right? 2,300 people. 2,300 people, I have to reiterate that because it's such a big number, have had their property taken from them, have had their rights removed from them, and then have had to see a judge at a later date to prove that they're not what that affidavit said they were. So again, at a later date, proving your innocence. You are guilty before innocent in a red flag. So again, that is a massive number. But the fact that you have so many concentrated in one county, we really need to look at exactly why this is happening, who's issuing them, and how loose the requirements are for somebody to actually file one. Because in California, that's one thing that they continue to do. So in California, when I was there, they started off their GVROs, and it was kind of slim as to who could actually report one of these, law enforcement, things like that. And then they came out with another law that expanded on that and allowed even more people to be able to file one. Then they came out with another law that even expanded on that further, which says that, an ex that you were with 5 years ago who hasn't seen you since can still file one against you. And so the rules around who can file one of these is so relaxed in California that just about anybody can go in and fill out an affidavit, and it, you know, I mean, what's the recourse to that person, right? So let's just say, for instance, that you go through the process and something happens, they take all your stuff away, you go at a later date and you see the judge, and you tell the judge, hey, this is A, B, or C, this is what's happening, and the judge determines, yeah, go ahead, this guy can have his rights back, and, you know, within a year or so, you'll get your stuff back, right? So all of that happens. What happens to the person who filled out that affidavit? You know, is it filing a false police report of some kind, or, you know, lying on an affidavit or lying to a judge? No, nothing's going to happen to that person. So there really is there's no rules, regulations stopping that person from filling out that affidavit. There's nothing there. I can't find any information in California where somebody filled one of those out and nothing happened. Now, I did find an instance in Colorado where a woman was trying to get back at her ex, so she filled one out just to spite him, and she actually did get in some trouble for that, you know, filling out this report, false report, and so forth. But in California, I couldn't find an instance. So again, there's nothing really stopping people, and if you are angry at somebody, that could be enough reason for somebody to do something like that. I've seen a lot worse. So it's just absolutely terrible that San Diego County owns such a big record. Again, 8% of the population, 32% of the red flags. So just wanted to make you guys aware of that. Thank you all very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and you guys have a great day.